South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style paradise swimming pool. We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. He died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
The Southern California Thoroughbred Racing Circuit is back at Los Alamitos Racecourse with 9 great days of racing starting on Friday, June 20th. The opening weekend will feature the $100,000 Bertrando Stakes. Plus, the summer meet will include the running of the Los Alamitos Derby on Saturday, June 28th. We'll also have a holiday racing program on Friday, 4th of July. And our on-track handicapping contest will be on Saturday, June 28th. Daytime racing returns to Los Alamitos. Opening day is Friday, June 20th.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the racebooks and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning. Alrighty, good morning everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program on this Father's Day 2025. We welcome you to the show. We come to you live and direct from the gaming capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. Right here at the South Point Studios, at the South Point Studios streaming network at YouTube and the South Point Hotel Casino Complex in Las Vegas on Las Vegas Boulevard. We welcome you to the show on this Father's Day. And of course, all of the other platforms that we're on, like our websites, racedaylasvegas.com, .vegas, .world, .global. iPhone, Android, and Google Phone are covered with the apps. The KSHP app, of course, you can listen through the radio station, the YouTube app. You can see us, hear us through that app as well. And, of course, anywhere you get your podcasting. We welcome you to the show, no matter how you get us, whenever you get us, and enjoy the show. That's all I have to say. And I just want to, right at the top of this show, I want to say that 90% of everybody out there either watching or listening in my age group probably was introduced to racing through their father. I'll bet you your dad went out to the racetrack and took you with him. And so on this Father's Day, if you're fortunate enough to still have your father around with you, maybe you ought to take him to the track today. Take him to the track today. So happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. My father, me personally, my father was my life hero. And he wasn't a man of big stature or whatever, but he was a good family man and a good father. So I really miss my father as well as my mother. But my father on this day, on Father's Day. So if your dad's there, make sure you take care of him today. Happy Father's Day to all your dads. All right, well, we have the end of the week, and finally, the end of a very long meeting that started at Santa Anita, last year, okay? Let's put it this way. Last year, on the day after Christmas, the Santa Anita meet started. Now, I know that we went through the entire Santa Anita winter-spring meet, and then we had a small respite, and then we picked up again at Santa Anita for the Hollywood meeting that ends today. All right, the Hollywood Park dates that had to be distributed into the Southern California racetracks that survived, and this is the portion that Santa Anita got, ends today. But we've been running at that Santa Anita racetrack, a beautiful track that it is, and beautiful with the San Gabriel Mountain Range in the backdrop. Finally, we get to go to another racetrack and get some other, what might look like fresh racing coming up soon. Because yesterday at Santa Anita was unbelievable, even for the people who bet favorites. There were 12 races yesterday at Santa Anita. Of those 12 races, 9 were the winning betting favorite. 2 more were the second betting favorite. And the only horse that had a price that was more than double, that was double digits, was the last race on the card. It was really chalk city yesterday at Santa Anita. And a great day of competition, too. But even taking to the point that most of these favorites in these races were the best horses, it is still almost impossible. The odds had to be great that many favorites in a row would win, because sometimes horses get in trouble, etc. Other times the horses who are favored just don't feel like running that day, etc. But we had a ton of favorites yesterday at Santa Anita. Let's look for a little bit better prices today anyhow. And, of course, big racing days out at Monmouth Park and at Delaware Park, of course, as well. We'll get into that in just a moment with a recap of the races that happened yesterday. But today is closing day at Santa Anita for the Santa Anita run, and it's a mandatory payout on everything. Everything goes out the door today, mandatory payout on everything at Santa Anita. And at Gulfstream Park. Gulfstream Park is not ending today, but they have a mandatory payout in their Pick 6 as well. So you got a mandatory payout at the Pick 6 at Gulfstream and all the pools at Santa Anita. As we were telling you just a couple of days ago, Doug O'Neill is on the cusp of winning 3,000 races in the United States. His United States record is getting near 3,000 in his career. Well, he was stuck at 2,997, and he had 10 horses entered between Friday and today. And so far, he's had one winner out of his entries. So he's now sitting at 2,998 going into today. And we'll wait and see what happens there as far as that's concerned. And, of course, Ascot, the great Ascot meet starts on Tuesday. We have an opportunity now, because of the FanDuel Racing Network, to see all of the races out at Ascot for this week. It'll start its run. It starts on Tuesday, Ascot does, and I believe it will run until Saturday or Sunday. In whatever case it may be, Ascot's going to run Tuesday for 5 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And there are going to be some really great races there at Ascot. You have to get up early in the morning to see those races, but it's going to be fun. That'll be an interesting meet there, the premier meet in Europe. The Ascot meet starts on Tuesday, and we can watch it on the FanDuel Racing Network because some of those horses there will be making their way here for the Breeders' Cup later on at Del Mar. Okay? Now let's take a look at some of the stuff that happened yesterday. We go to Monmouth Park first. It was Haskell Preview Day yesterday. All of these stakes races that ran yesterday will have divisional stakes races on Haskell Stakes Race Day as well, on Haskell Day. Now, the first one in the order of finish, in the order that they rolled out in, and there were 5 in all stakes pick 5 yesterday at Monmouth, started out with the Pegasus. That's the race, the prep for the Haskell for 3-year-olds at 1 mile and 1/16. It was run over an off-track. It was an off-track yesterday at Monmouth. But the winner there was Bracket Buster. If you remember when we went over these races with Jonathan Hardoon on Thursday, Jonathan said Bracket Buster was a horse that he thought could beat the favorite. The favorite, of course, was ridden by Flavien Prat, Garamond, and Garamond did get beat, and he got beat by Bracket Buster. Bracket Buster wins with Axel Concepcion aboard. This was Concepcion's 3rd win on the day at Monmouth Park for Vicky Oliver, paying $9.60, beating the favorite, who finished off the board. Wild and Crazy Night finished 2nd, and Valenetian finished 3rd in the race. So Bracket Buster gets the win in the Pegasus, the prep for the Haskell. Then we had the Monmouth Stakes at 1 mile and 1/8 on the turf, and they did keep the races on the turf at Monmouth yesterday. Redistricting went out on the lead and never looked back. This was the race favorite, a big race favorite there, but he was just kind of cantered along and just won as pleased. Redistricting with Flavien Prat for Chad Brown paid $2.60 to win, outrunning Outego. Now, Outego is a horse that Jonathan Hardoon liked to complete the exacta, so he got that done too. Outego finished 2nd, and at last finished 3rd. Then we got to the Salvador Mile at 1 mile on the main. The winner there was Bishop's Bay. Flavien Prat aboard for Brad Cox. Again, the overwhelming chalk in this race. Bishop's Bay pays $2.60 for his win, outrunning Nelson Avenue and Surface to Air. In the Eatontown at 1 mile and 16th on the turf, winner there was Whiskey Decision with Sammy Camacho aboard for Chad Brown. Finishing 2nd in the race was Maggie Dew, the big favorite in the race, with Flavien Prat, also trained by Chad Brown. Finishing 3rd was Azara. Now, in this race, again, on Thursday, Jonathan said, look, Maggie Go is the horse you got to beat, but I'm going to take a shot with the Chad Brown's other horse, Whiskey Decision. And that decision was right because Whiskey Decision beat his stablemate Maggie Go and paid $10 even to win the Eatontown. In the final race of the day, the rescheduled Lady Secret, the winner there was Majestic Oops under Isaac Castillo for trainer Dan Ward, paid $6.60, outrunning Occult and Catherine Wheel, who finished third. So the all-stakes pick 5 paid $184.50 for 50 cents. Now, I got to tell you, when you have two horses that pay $2.60 apiece and another one that was the favorite that paid $6, that was a pretty generous price for a 50-cent pick 5. You wouldn't have got that at Santa Anita for a pick 5. So the all-stakes pick 5 paid $184.50 at Monmouth Park yesterday, and those horses will go on to Haskell Day now. Delaware Park had 5 stakes races, including the first running ever of the Delaware Derby. And in the races, as they rolled out, the Alamitos Run Stakes was won by Full Moon Madness. Ired Ortiz Jr. getting his second win of the day already. Full Moon Madness for Michelle Nevin paid $5.80, outrunning Bucciarino and Damon's Mound, who finished third. Paco Lopez had a big day at Delaware Park. He won the second race at $4.60, the third race at $7.80, and then after Ired won 2 races in a row, Ired also won the 4th race for Graham Motion at $7 even. In the 6th race, the Obia Stakes, the winner there, Malibu Beauty, giving Paco Lopez his 3rd win on the day. Gary Cupuano, the trainer, $22 for the Win Mutual on Malibu Beauty, outrunning Gunsong and Ragtime Bell. And then in the 7th race, the Cape Hellepin, at 1.5 miles on the turf, the winner there was Vote No. And if you were voting for Paco Lopez on the day, that was a yes, because that was Paco Lopez's 4th win of the day. Vote No paid $6.40 for trainer Kelsey Danner, outrunning Harrow and starting over. In the Delaware Derby, the first running ever of the Delaware Derby at 1 1/16 for 3-year-olds, the winner there was Admiral Dennis, Luan Machado for Brad Cox, paying $6.40. Admiral Dennis wins the inaugural Delaware Derby. Finishing second was Barbadan Runner finished second, and Kentucky Outlaw finished third. And in the Grade 3 Delaware Oaks for the fillies at 1.16 miles, the winner there was Fondly. Fondly gives Ired Ortiz Jr. his 3rd win of the day, trainer Graham Motion's 2nd win of the day. So Ortiz and Motion got together with 2 out of the 3 wins for Ired Ortiz Jr. Fondly pays $9.80, outrunning Margie's Intention and Kinsey Queen yesterday at Delaware Park on an off-track. Churchill Downs yesterday. Brother Jose Ortiz had a couple of wins yesterday. As a matter of fact, he had 3 of them. He won the first race for Joe Sharp at $8.86. Came back in the 7th race for Kenny McPeak. McPeak's 2nd win of the day, and Ortiz's 2nd win, paying $4.02. And he won the feature race, one of the 2 feature races, I should say, the Chorleywood Stakes at 1 3/8 on the turf. That was the 10th race on the card, with Rebel Red, Jose's 3rd win of the day for Sherry DeVoe, paying $11.04, outrunning Highway Robber and Versnappen, who finished 3rd. Brian Hernandez had 3 wins on the day. His first win came in the 4th race for Tom Drury Jr., paying $7.68. His 3rd winner of the day was the 9th race, and not this boy, for William Cohen's, paying $4.04 again. And the Monomoy Girls Stakes, the feature of the day, the 5th race on the card at 1.16 miles for 3-year-old fillies, marking the return of the Eclipse Award-winning 2-year-old filly champion of last year, Immersive. Well, in this race, Immersive and Take Charge Milady got into a duel all the way down the stretch. And as we indicated with Immersive, making a return to the races off of a long layoff, she needed the race. She was beat in that duel to the wire. Take Charge Milady wins for Brian Hernandez, second of 3 wins on the day. Kenny McPeak's first of 2 wins on the day. Take Charge Milady paid $10.22, beating Immersive and Anna's Promise, who finished third. Simply put, Immersive just looked like she needed the race from being off that long. And then next comes Aqueduct, Belmont at Aqueduct. At Belmont at Aqueduct yesterday, Linda Rice had a big day. Kendrick Carmouche and Linda Rice started off the day by winning the first race, paying $6.80. Ricardo Santana had his first win of the day in the second race for Ed Barker, paying $4.50. That was Mischief Lady. Mischief Lady won the Coupcoy Joy division of the New York Stallion Stakes Series. Finishing second in that race was Bison's Finest, and finishing third was Storm Changer. Storm Changer finishing third, and that Boston's Finest finished second. That was the feature. Ricardo Santana came back in the fourth race for his second win for Oscar Barrera III, paying $10.80. Linda Rice had her second win of the day in the third race with Mr. Silvera, paying $4.10, and then came back in the sixth race, teaming up with Kendrick Carmouche, again paying $6 even. So Carmouche and Linda Rice together won 2 races together. Of course, Rice was her third win of the day. And then in the eighth race, Kendrick Carmouche and Linda Rice teamed up again for 3 wins on the day together. Linda Rice's fourth win of the day at $5.70. So Linda Rice won 4 of the first 8 races yesterday at Belmont at Aqueduct. And Dylan Davis had a couple of wins. The 7th race winner at $6.60 for IK Cantor Macy. That horse, $6.60. That was the Jerry J. Power Page play yesterday. Jerry J's Power Page key horse finished off the board. But if you remember, I mentioned on his sheet that he had a big capital M for really a good mutter in the race, and it was a sloppy racetrack all day at Belmont at Aqueduct, in the form of Co-Conspirator. That was his big M mark on his sheet. Well, Co-Conspirator battled on the lead and held to finish second at 34-1. The winner, He's Got This, for Dylan Davis, was one of the link-up horses. So if you kind of box those, you're in good shape. And then the Jorge Abreu gave Dylan Davis his second win of the day in the 10th and final race, paying $7.30. Pick 6 at Belmont at Aqueduct paid over $5,600. And at Santa Anita, Santa Chalk City Anita, yesterday, first race winner, Barrios and Sadler on the turf wins, paying $4.20. The second race, $5 even. The third race, Jose Valdivia's first win of the day, paying $3.80. The fourth race, named in honor of Professor Gordon Jones, Rispoli gets his first win of the day. Trainer Phil D'Amato gets his first win of the day, with Thought Process paying $2.40. The fifth race, Doug O'Neill gets his 2,998th USA winner, paying $4.40. In the supporting feature, The Possibly Perfect, at 1.25 miles on the turf, the winner there was Mrs. Astor, who was scheduled to go today in the San Juan Capistrano, decided to go in the easier Possibly Perfect. But as you saw the race, I do believe this was the right decision by the trainer, because it was a hard-fought win. She got up to win, but it wasn't easy for Mrs. Astor. Umberto Rispoli's second win of the day for trainer Jonathan Thomas, paying $2.80. A 4-horse blanket finish in that Possibly Perfect. Finishing second was Mahina, and Starry Heavens was third. The seventh race, winner was the favorite, 660. Eighth race, on the turf, Hector Barrios strikes again. 2 turf wins yesterday for Hector Barrios aboard Jeff Mullins' trainee, paying $5.40. The seventh race, Juan Hernandez and Bob Baffert got together on a maiden, Sierra Silver, $4 even. That provided the 7th winning favorite out of the first 9 races yesterday. The 10th race, the Daytona, won by Motorius. And Motorius had a tremendous closing charge to get that win in the 6.5 furlong turf race. Motorius Antonio Fresu for Phil D'Amato's second win of the day, paying $3.80 as the favorite, outrunning Bran and Air Force Red. The 11th race winner for Paul Aguirre and Giovanni Franco, $4.20, providing the 9th winning favorite out of the first 11 races yesterday. And finally, in the 12th and final race, a horse that paid double digits. California rocks the favorites, with Jose Valdivia's second win for Daniel Durham paying $21 even. 9 favorites, 2 second choices out of the 12 races, I should say, yesterday at Santa Anita. Pick 6 paid $1,571.20. To give you an idea of just how short the prices were yesterday and all the other exotics, the first pick 4 of the day paid $9.90. Enough said. And now we move on to today, closing day at Santa Anita. We'll give you your racing menu coming up next, and then our handicappers, Jonathan Hardoon, Rich Eng, John Lindo. I got Jerry J's picks for you as well. So as we continue on this Father's Day show on this Sunday, happy Father's Day to all you dads. Boy, do you deserve it. We'll be right back.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
Back on Race Day Las Vegas. The weather? Well, it's going to be hot here today in Las Vegas. We are right now sitting at, 86 degrees. We're 86 degrees. We're going to get up to, are you sitting down? 112 degrees today here in Las Vegas. Now, you know what that means. Excessive heat warning. Stay outside as briefly as you can. The pets and the kids, same deal. Keep them inside. And for all of the elderly out there and people who have a hard time with hot weather, make sure you check on them. And everybody, pets, kids, you, me, and all the elderly, everybody needs to stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Drink a lot of water today if you're here in Las Vegas. It's always going to be fast, firm, and perfect and comfortable here at the Racebook at the South Point. But it's going to be hot otherwise out there. Now, that's for Las Vegas. And believe it or not, we are not going to be the hottest spot in the country. The hottest spot in the country today is Phoenix, Arizona, going to top it off at 114 degrees. Woo, doggy. Other places with temperatures a little bit more doable. Miami, 87. New York, 65. Chicago, 79. You got Albuquerque, New Mexico is 101. And El Paso, Texas is 107. So it's going to be real hot in the southern sector of the good old US of A. As far as Los Angeles is concerned, 89 degrees right there at Santa Anita for today. And as far as any precipitation, well, it's going to be dry here in the southwest, that's for sure. There's only a little bit rain going on, some stuff going on at the border of Oklahoma and Texas. And they say it's still a little bit of drizzle still going on in New York because they have taken the turf races off of the turf today on Belmont at Aqueduct. Let's get to your racing menu for today, reminding you, as we always do, the first post times we broadcast on the show each and every day reflect that of the Pacific time zone. If you're listening here in Las Vegas, going to spend a comfortable day in the book here at the South Point. These will be the first post times that roll out in the book today. We are in the Pacific time zone. If you're listening anywhere else around the world in different time zones, we'll adjust from the Pacific time zone to whatever one you're in, and then you'll be okay. You won't miss anything like I Miss Mom, and especially today, Dad. All right, here we go. We begin with Laurel Park. Now, Laurel Park has 11 races today, and do not panic if the first two races you see horses jumping fences, because the first two races today are steeplechase races at Laurel. Races 3 through 11 will be thoroughbreds. You do have a feature race today at Laurel Park. On the for the thoroughbreds is the 10th race, the Stormy Blue Stakes at 5.5 furlongs on the turf for 3-year-old fillies. Laurel Park also has a Pick 6 jackpot carryover of $8,063 and a first post time of 9:10 today at Laurel. Parks Racing is running today, and they got 10 races, a couple of $100,000 stakes races at Parks. The 6th race is the Unique Bella Stakes for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up at 6 furlongs. The 7th race is the Paige McKinney Stakes for 6 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up, also again at 6 furlongs. Parks Racing has a Pick 5 jackpot carryover of $145,444. 10 races on today. First post time is at 9:40. Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky. They got a goodie going there for their Pick 6 jackpot. It now stands at over $750,000, $786,174 in the Pick 6 jackpot carryover at Churchill Downs. 11 races today and a first post time of 9:45 at Churchill. Gulfstream Park, their Pick 6 jackpot carryover, the Rainbow jackpot carryover, $129,340. It is a mandatory payoff today. The jackpot provision off, $129,340 in the pool. It's a mandatory payoff in their Pick 6 today. 9 races, first post time is at 9:50. Next comes Monmouth Park. 11 races today at Monmouth. First post time at Monmouth Park is at 9:50. They have a carryover in their Pick 6 jackpot of $12,974. Feature race today is the Get Serious Stakes at 5 furlongs on the turf for 3-year-olds and up. And that's the 9th race on the card. First post time at Monmouth at the shores of New Jersey is at 9:50. Woodbine Racecourse, north of the border. The Woodbine Racecourse has a Pick 6 jackpot carryover of $26,726. $26,726. Their Super High 5 jackpot carryover is $7,607. 10 races at Woodbine today. First post time is at 10:05. Belmont at Aqueduct. Now, Belmont at Aqueduct, the track will start off labeled muddy. No turf races. Take the 2nd, 5th, 6th, 8th, and 9th off the turf. And the second race, and the 9th race will stay at 6 furlongs, the corresponding distance on the main track. However, races 5, 6, and 8 that were scheduled at 1 mile and 16th on the turf will now be rescheduled on the main track at 1 mile. Okay? That's at Belmont at Aqueduct today. And as I say, 64 degrees, little rain out there. The track will start off in muddied conditions. First post time at Belmont at Aqueduct for their 9 races is set at 10:10. Canterbury Park has 7 races. Canterbury Park's first post time is 11 a.m. Santa Anita closing day today at Santa Anita. Mandatory payoff on everything goes out the door today at Santa Anita. First post time for the 12 race finale is at 12:30. Santa Anita's first post time is 12:30. Their feature race on the day is the closing day feature, the San Juan Capistrano. At 1 mile and 3/4 on the turf course for 3-year-olds and up. Scratch the 8-5 favorite in the race, Mrs. Astor. She won the Possibly Perfect yesterday. So she's out. There'll be 7 going to the post in the San Juan. That's the 9th on the card. 12 races on closing day. And again, first post time is at 12:30. Hawthorne Racecourse. Hawthorne Racecourse has 7 races today, and they also have a feature race today at Hawthorne. The Illini Princess Stakes, I should say. The Illini Princess at a mile on the turf. Hawthorne also has a super high 5 carryover there of $4,018. Pick 6 carryover, $476. First post time at Hawthorne is set at 12:40. Emerald Downs, 9 races today at Emerald Downs. Pick 6 jackpot carryover, $12,912. First post time is at 1:50 for their 9-race card. Prairie Meadows has 12 races. The first 5 races will be quarter horses, and 3 of those will be trials for 2-year-olds at 330 yards. Races 6 through 12 will be the thoroughbreds, 7 thoroughbreds, 5 quarter horses, 12 overall at Prairie Meadows. Pick 5 jackpot carryover, $12,498. First post time is at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Louisiana Downs. Louisiana Downs has a first post time today of 2:05 at Louisiana Downs. And then next comes Los Alamitos. We'll wrap it up with Los Al. First post time is 6:40 tonight. First race will be a 1,000-yard mixed breed race, and then you'll have 8 quarter horse races of the 9-race program. Los Alamitos has a carryover in their pick 6 of $95,980. $95,980 in the pick 6 carryover at Los Alamitos. And the last race, you've been watching the commercials all week, is the Ed Burke Million Futurity. That's the 9th race on the card. The purse, $1,040,000, 350 yards for 2-year-olds. Their futurity there at Los Al. Again, first post time at Los Alamitos for the big one tonight is at 6:40. 6:40 first post there. Let me bring in Jonathan Hardoon. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I know we're going a little bit long on the show, but there was a lot to cover for yesterday's races, that's for sure. Anything that pops into your mind?
No, they're changing the name of Santa Anita to Chalkanita.
Chalkanita.
That was just ridiculous, Ralph. I mean, I've been around a long time. I can't recall seeing so many short price horses, and the fields weren't like there were 5 or 6 horse fields. Mm-hmm. Some of those fields were full fields, but they still managed to find the chalk.
It all came
value,
together.
You're in trouble.
Yeah,
you were in trouble yesterday.
Yeah, it just all came together. That's for sure. Just a lot of favorites winning, and even if you have favorites that look like they're good, sooner or later somebody gets in trouble or whatever. Man, they just rolled in yesterday. Let's hope we've turned a page and get some meat on the bones today for good old Dad. So where are we going with the picks today?
Well, we're going to look at Belmont at Aqueduct for the first of our 2 radio plays, and it comes in the 8th race today, which will now be run on the main track at a mile. Full disclosure, Ralph, I have a horse that's running in the race, and he's doing well, and we're happy the race came off the grass. And it's the number 9 horse in here, Willing to Risk It All. Chris Elliott, the apprentice ride, so we get weight from the rest of the field. Mm-hmm. He's listed at 10-1 on the morning line. Obviously, he'll be a lot shorter. Only 7 horses left in the race after all the late scratches. But number 9, Willing to Risk It All, gets me a Father's Day gift in today's 8th race out at Belmont.
Would that not be nice? So in the 8th race, your pick is also your ownership of a horse, and that is the 9, Willing to Risk It All, and that's exactly what you're doing. You're willing to risk your pick and, of course, the race itself. So in the 8th race, decimated by late scratches because it's off the turf and now on the main track, but we don't care. We don't care. We just want to win the race, right? In the 8th race, the 9, Willing to Risk It All. Let's get it done for Jonathan Hardoon in the 8th race today at Belmont at Aqueduct. What about Santa Chalk City?
Let's go to the 3rd race today, mile on the turf. And I like the number 3 horse in here, Miss Meager. This is a 4-year-old filly from the Phil D'Amato barn. Makes her 2nd start back off of a layoff. She stretches out today. Antonio Frasu, who's going for the riding title. I guess if he wins this race, he may lock it up. I think he's 3 up going into the day.
Okay.
And this horse is listed at 7-2 on the morning line. She ran well in her return. She's going to be able to handle the mile distance. Number 3, Miss Meager, wins today's 3rd race out at Santa Anita.
Santa Anita's third race, number 3. Easy to remember, the 3 in the third race. Oh, my goodness, 7-2 on the morning line. Are you going to reach out for a horse that long in the morning line price?
I don't know, Ralph. Listen, they figured out a way to beat the CAW. Just keep giving horses that pay under $7. That'll keep those guys out of the pool.
All right, third race at Santa Anita, number 3, Miss Meager. Got to ask you, because I'm asking everybody, your first introduction to racing by Dad?
Absolutely. He used to take me and my brother, leave us in the grandstand with a bag of M&Ms, and he would tell us he'll be right back. We're going to the circus. But I'd get home and I told my mother we went to the circus today, but all the animals had numbers on them. She couldn't figure it out, but then she put 2 and 2 together.
Well, a good friend of mine said his dad took him to the racetrack and promised him, as soon as we get a winner, I'll get you a nice big hot dog. He said, I never had a hot dog at the track.
Good way to lose weight, I guess.
Yeah. In any case, everybody out there, has a story about Dad taking them to the races, and that's what it's all about today. Good old Dad, that's for sure. Thanks a lot, Jonathan. Happy Father's Day to you. Let's get you in the winners, and wave to us when you're in the winner's circle.
I certainly will. Thank you, Ralph. Stay safe and be well.
You too, my man. That's for sure. And let's get your horse around the track to the winner's circle, nice and safe. Horses continue to work out on this Father's Day morning around the country, but we'll be back with Rich Eng right after this. Don't go away.
Here we are in Houston, opening up our first veteran village. This beautiful building that's going to house 161 homeless veterans. Any veteran that risks their lives and are struggling with PTSD, mental illness, addiction. We're also building what I call comfort homes, 500 square foot homes. These are for older homeless veterans, so they have their own space, and give them back some of their dignity, some of their independence, and most certainly give them back their life. Go to T2T.org to learn how you can change a veteran's life forever.
South Point offers all the types of entertainment you'd expect at a first-class Las Vegas resort. Did you know our 400-seat showroom is one of Las Vegas's top destinations for live entertainment? Enjoy live performances by classic Vegas entertainers, bands, and today's hottest comedians, plus a rock and dance floor. You can also enjoy live entertainment at the Grandview Lounge, where you'll feel all the vibes of old Las Vegas. Enjoy the music, and if you love to laugh, don't miss The Dirty at 12:30, our very own free comedy show, every Friday night at 12:30 a.m. in the Grandview Lounge. The Dirty is 100% free, so arrive early. Go to southpointcasino.com or call the box office at 77136 for today's performances at the showroom and the Grandview Lounge. When you're ready for your favorite cocktail, stop in and unwind at one of our 7 specialty lounges. There's a bar around every corner, because you're in Vegas, baby.
All right, back on Father's Day, Sunday, Race Day show. Now we're going to go out to Rich Eng standing by. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners. And a happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Did your dad take you to the races?
No, my dad did not. Actually, I went to the races first time when I was a freshman at Xavier University in Cincinnati, Ohio. One of my roommates lived in Cherry Hill, used to go to Garden State Park all the time. Mm-hmm. He took me down to the Derby that year in 1973.
Your first introduction to the races was in 1973 at Churchill Downs to watch the Great Secretariat?
That was my first time at the racetrack. I paid $5, me and Bruce Bailey, $5 to get into the infield. And that was the year of Secretariat and Sham. And I can tell you who I bet in the Kentucky Derby year. If it wasn't Sham, it wasn't Secretariat, I bet a horse called Forgo.
Oh, my goodness. What a vintage. I mean, if that don't sell you on the game, and it has obviously for you for the rest of your life, nothing will. That was a vintage Kentucky Derby. And in my opinion, although Flightline came close, in my lifetime, I think Secretary was the greatest horse I've ever seen run. That's for sure. Good story there, Richie. All right. Let's see if we can shake off all those chalks from yesterday and find a horse with some value to it today at Santa Anita.
Yeah, just the mathematics of horse racing, Ralph. If all those favorites won yesterday, that means today it should shake up a little bit. So we'll see how it goes.
You would think so.
My horse at Santa Anita actually ended up being the same horse as Jonathan in the third race. I went for, I think Frank Maramati pronounced it Miss Mahar, the number 3 horse in the third race for all the same reasons. And I thought I'd give a backup pick only because, 2 people giving the same pick. What the hey? So I thought I'd give out a second horse for people to chew on. And the horse is my simulcast play of the day on my sheet today, Ralph. I don't know if I sent it really late to Sean. I have no idea if you had a chance to type it. But race 4 at Woodbine race 4. My simulcast play of the day is number 6, Awesome Bourbon. Leo Salas riding 5-2, and this horse should get a nice stalking finishing trip at Woodbine. So that'll be my backup secondary pick to go with Miss Mahar in the third race at Santa Anita.
All right, third race at Santa Anita. You're on the same horse Jonathan Hardoon is, so that means it's a good housekeeping seal of approval, handicapper approval on the race day show, and 2 handicappers or more land on the same horse, and that is in the third race, number 3, Miss, however you pronounce it. We're just going to call it a winner, the 3 in the third race. And your simulcast play comes at Woodbine. Again, what race and number?
Woodbine, race number 4 at 6.5 furlongs on the Tapeta. And let's go with the number 6, Awesome Bourbon with Leo Salas.
All right. Rich Eng's Father's Day extra play on the show is at Woodbine in the 4th race, the 6, Awesome Bourbon. First race at Woodbine, by the way, goes at 10:05. So you're looking right around, I think, noon or so about for the 4th race, the 6, Awesome Bourbon in the 4th there at Woodbine. Yeah. 10.
Thank you, Sean. Great work.
Yeah.
You got to put it up there.
Yeah, good stuff. Sean's on the ball. He knows what he's doing there. That's for sure. We're lucky to have him. All right. Thanks a lot, Richie. Have a beautiful Father's Day, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday. And don't forget, Richie's got a full sheet for all 12 races at Santa Anita right now at the racedaylasvegas.com website. Just pick up Richie's picks there. Thanks a lot, Rich.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. Good luck, everybody.
All right. You got it, my man. We're going to go to our final break on this Father's Day and come back to wrap up the show. I'll give you Jerry J's plays, and then we'll wrap it up with John Lindo in Southern California. Don't go away.
South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style Paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world.
Sports by the book.
Sports by the book.
Sports by the book. Sports by the book, South Point Studio.
This is the best sports betting network.
I would argue it is a total mismatch.
There's value with underdog prices in series.
I would lean to the under here.
My numbers are saying I got to bet the Tigers.
Two-way action. When in doubt, we juice that favorite, that extra nickel.
Sports by the book, South Point Studio.
Forget about it. The best.
The Southern California Thoroughbred Racing Circuit is back at Los Alamitos Racecourse with 9 great days of racing starting on Friday, June 20th. The opening weekend will feature the $100,000 Bertrando Stakes. Plus, the summer meet will include the running of the Los Alamitos Derby on Saturday, June 28th. We'll also have a holiday racing program on Friday, 4th of July. And our on-track handicapping contest will be on Saturday, June 28th. Daytime racing returns to Los Alamitos. Opening day is Friday, June 20th.
The Race Day Las Vegas Show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
Alrighty, back on the Race Day Las Vegas radio program. Our chat box is really motoring along today. As a fact, one of our chatters said that He used to go to church before going to the track with his dad on Sunday mornings. And his dad looked over at him when they were passing the collection plate and asked if he should short the collection plate for the races. And he said he got in trouble for laughing. So there you have it. Just make sure everybody, believe me, there's just as much praying at the racetrack during the racing day than there is at church. So make sure you take care of both of them today. That's for sure. All right, I'm going to give you a Jerry J's plays first today, and then we'll go to John Lindo standing by. Jerry J's play at Belmont Park. Now, I just checked the late scratches, so it seems as if everything is a go there. There's only one late scratch in the race that Jerry has a play, and that's in the 7th race. And this is my interpretation of what he has on his sheet. In the 7th race, the play is number 6, Cheryl's Delight, 6-1 on the morning line with Ricardo Santana aboard. That's the 7th race, the 6. The link-ups are 1, 2, and 4. 7th race, Belmont at Aqueduct, 6 over 1, 2, and 4, and don't forget to reverse. As far as Santa Anita is concerned, Jerry J comes in the 12th and final race of the day and the final race of a long, long stretch at Santa Anita. That 12th race, scheduled at 6 furlongs on the turf. Jerry's play is going to be the 12th horse, Young Love. This horse is 10-1 on the morning line with Juan Hernandez aboard. The 12, Young Love, is his play. The link-ups are numbers 1, 5, 7, and 9. 12 over 1, 5, 7, and 9, and reverse. That's Jerry's play at Santa Anita. Now let's bring in John Lindo, who is a dad, so happy Father's Day to you, John. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning, Ralph. Happy Father's Day to everyone out there, and spend some time with the family today.
Now, John, was your first introduction to the races, Dad?
Oh, of course. We used to go out in the infield at Santa Anita, and in high school, we used to play every Sunday morning. We'd play Santa Anita golf course and run across the street to Santa Anita for the afternoon. Those were good times, Ralph. And there's a picture behind me over my shoulder on a horse named Super Ready that we bought privately from Elmendorf Farm, and he won the San Marcos Stakes with my mom and dad in the winner's circle there. Pat Valenzuela was the rider on that horse.
Oh, that's great. A good lineage there on Father's Day for you and racing, that's for sure. I remember in the old days where we used to go out to the racetrack, me and my buddies go out to the racetrack, and we sit in the parking lot at the fence. And then as soon as the 8th race was official, they'd open the fence and they opened the gate so we can get in for free for the 9th and final race. And there was always somebody coming out who obviously was leaving early that either handed us a form or a program. And my buddy turned to him one day and he says, "Why would I take your form and program? You're leaving, so you must have lost."
Karma is king.
All right. In any case, a lot of favorites won yesterday, John. It was Chalk City at Santa Anita.
Yeah, favorites have now moved over 40% again for the meet. I think they're like 40.4% for this meet, and 9 favorites and 2 second favorites that paid 3-2 and 6-5. It was a siege of unmitigated chalk yesterday.
And, even though the favorites are most of the time are horses that look like they're horses that are hard to beat, there's always circumstances in a race, and sometimes horses just don't feel like running to their potential on the day of the race that provides the odds that make favorites only winning between 33 and 34%. But, boy, that didn't happen yesterday. Everybody was on the mark and did their thing yesterday.
No, every favorite won every photo. They got through on the rail. Every break. They got every break, and they took advantage of it. And as a result, here they came walking home at short prices.
Smart move for trainer Jonathan Thomas. He knew that Mrs. Astor was a horse that needed an easier spot in the possibly perfect. Won a 4-horse driving photo finish and scratched him out of against the boys today in the longer San Juan Capistrano. I think that was a good move.
Yeah, his reasoning was he wants to run that filly at Del Mar this summer. If you run a 1 3/4 now, you might miss most of that meet because you got to give her time to recover from that long a race. He went to the 1 1/4, a little bit shorter, and he'll get a chance now to run her down at Del Mar, and he got a stakes win in the process.
All right, John, let's look for a horse today and get a pick for today's racing.
Let's try and create a daily double to Jerry's horse in the 12th. In the 11th race, I like number 5, Beef Winslow. I thought he looked really good winning at a mile last time. He has a good record down the hill, and that route to sprint move coming down the hill is a powerful one. He's just 5-2 in the program, but I think he's going to win right back. number 5, Beef Winslow, race number 11, Santa Anita.
All right, in the 11th and not the 11th, the 11th and next to final race. In the 11th race, the 5, Beef Winslow, the 5, Beef Winslow in the 11th race, John Lindo's pick off the Lindo Report. So the late double between John and Jerry will be the 11th race. You just call out the double numbers. Give me the 5-12 double. If you say that in the 11th race, you'll get the late double covered. And don't forget John Lindo's Lindo Report covering all of the races today with selections in each race, a suggested late pick for, and all that goody information at the bottom is on one comprehensive sheet, and that's here at the South Point. Only at the South Point, only here in Las Vegas can you get the Lindo Report. Here at the South Point, it's free of charge, complimentary, because they love horse players, and they certainly love horse-playing dads today, that's for sure. Before we wind up the show for Santa Anita, of course, we want to thank all of the folks out there that were patient through some of the technology that we had technical problems yesterday. But we want to wish everybody out there a very happy Father's Day out there. If your dad is still with you, enjoy the day with him. And if he's not, remember the great days you had with him. In any case, happy Father's Day to everybody out there. And John Lindo, certainly to you.
Well, thank you, Ralph. And again, it's something that we always had in common growing up. And back when I was doing handicapping in the newspaper, my dad would just have the paper and watch the races all day. It gave him something to keep busy in the afternoon.
Not to mention, take Dad to the races today. Go ahead and say it.
Have a great race day, everybody.